For today's video, we're going to go a little less cinematic and more technical here because I'm trying to solve a problem for my PP2K that I have been having recently. And I'll throw a video up on screen now. I've basically been having some serious issues when it comes to random bursts of full auto even when on semi, and full auto being very choppy, if that makes sense. So I spent some time in the Heavy Recoil Discord. They had given me some suggestions. Also, I spoke to Modify, and Modify gave me a suggestion too. And all of them seem to lead to a screw at the base of the hammer housing, or the fire control unit, that needs to be adjusted to adjust when the hammer drops. And I don't know if it's come loose or if it's become too tight, but we're going to go in and adjust that now. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get to. It's a little tedious. So if you don't know how to take a PP2K apart, there's your little demonstration. And I wasn't going to make a video on this particularly. I was just going to do it in tech on my own, but I realized there's nothing on this on YouTube right now, so I figured maybe I could help you guys out. So right now we took down the PP2K. There's a few things that we have to do. We have to get to the fire selector and remove that, and the only way that we can do that is by removing this small screw on the inside of the fire control unit, and it is super pain in the butt to remove, per se. So we're going to throw this guy into semi, lock the hammer back, and we're just going to take, I don't even know what size Allen key we're going to need for this, but we'll just kind of start testing out different sizes and we'll see which one's going to work. That fits in there. And we're just going to slowly and carefully unscrew this over and over and over again until it pops out. So I'll bring you guys back when we get to the end of that. Okay, so I've removed it safely, and I'm keeping a finger on the selector switch because I don't know if there's any bearings there or anything like that. And this piece should also just pop out from the inside. Be careful and remember the orientation that goes in. And then the fire selector switch looks like it will also just pop out with a little bit of wiggling. I don't know if there are any. No, there's no. Oh, no, there is. Okay, so there's a bearing right there that you have to be aware of as well. Something I want to mention is if you look on the side of the fire selector switch was on, you're going to see a pin and then a bearing, like a little ball bearing. So what we're going to do is punch them out from the opposing side now, and I'm just going to keep the ball bearing because I don't really know if it's just going to pop off the pin like over the tray, just so if it does, it falls into that little tray. And we'll just throw a little pin and punch on there and start tapping it out. And we'll hit the other side. They should come out with minimal force. The fire selector switch really keeps those in place. All right, let's see. So the pin looks like it is attached to the ball bearing. Those are one piece. I'm going to remember that goes to the back, the rear side. And then we'll take out the other pin as well. Next, we have to get to that screw at the base of the hammer, and we're just going to use an Allen key. It's the easiest way to get to that. Unless you have like a long driver, you could use that too. It should be pretty tight. It is. It's actually super tight. Come on. Wow. There we go. Wow. Modify. That is tight. Okay. I'm going to do some quarter turns and then see if I can get in there with a regular driver after that. Otherwise, this is going to take a hot minute as well. So now that I loosened it, I just had to throw a driver extension on there, and we can unscrew that with no problem now. Just be careful of the spring. Cool, and we got that bit out too. Now the hammer assembly should just pop out, and I think it's all in one piece. Just be careful because you are connected to the spring or the trigger. I don't know if we have to take the trigger out or not. Oh, it's stuck on the spring. Just gonna push the spring back in. Cool. Okay, so bear with me. I did think I know how to do this. We're going to take this guy and we're going to drop the hammer all the way down first until it locks under the disconnect. So you hear the click the first, and then the left side, that disconnect should also lock up on top. and we are locked in place, ready to go. Now, from my understanding, we have to take this screw on the bottom now, on the left side, and we're going to start to tighten it until the hammer releases and we hear a click and it drops off of the disconnect and lands on the sear. So let's just start to tighten it down. Bang. You heard that? It just released. And that should be where it's supposed to sit, from my understanding. It should be as simple as reinstalling everything, but what I'm going to do is actually back these out. I'm going to install some Loctite blue, and then I'm going to reinstall them, do the same thing, and then we'll put it all back together, just because I don't want to have to do this again. It is the next day, daytime. We're outside with the PP2K. Let's see if she likes the full auto, and if we stop that random bursting that we were having. So, or I'm sorry, let's start the semi. I think I said full auto. We'll start the semi. Perfect. That's perfect. Let's try a little full auto now and see if there's any like stuttering that we were having before. Yeah, a little bit. I might chalk that up to my nozzle. My nozzle's a little bit beat in, but at least the semi stays on semi now, so that's huge. That absolutely solved the semi problem that we were having before, where it was just random burst firing, which is a huge issue. The full auto, like I said, I'm going to probably assume that has to do with the nozzle, because my nozzle is a little bit chewed up right now. I don't have a spare nozzle, and it costs a decent bit to get one shipped overseas, because that's the only place you can get them from is their website. So I will end up picking one of those up, but at least we solved that issue, and finally there's a video on YouTube for it. So thanks for tuning in. I hope I solved your problem if you're having this random issue, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.